Made it. I made it.
You
I
made
made
it
it.
like at the
I
last
made it.
possible second, and you're still getting dressed.
They
Okay,
don't see
welcome
what's
back.
below the desk.
Welcome back to the
They
show.
don't see.
This was the most.
Oh,
This is the tightest I think you've ever made it.
it's the wrong color.
Here's the thing: was we did a sound check and
We did.
everything.
Well, so the plan was I was just gonna, as I was
I
doing
mean, we
the
had
thing,
boosted testosterone and all
as I
kinds of
was
other stuff
doing
we
the
went through.
thing, I was going
The
to just,
thing.
I had it with me as I was doing the other thing.
Welcome to the show.
I'm hot.
Looks like we're gonna give a shout out to some Sav. Welcome back, and FTO payer, F top. Maybe it's F top payer. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to the show. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, hopefully, we're gonna have actually a pretty good show. I think.
Yeah.
I did cut like some stuff out. Happy to be back. I know it seems like we're missing like weeks at a time, but so much things going on.
Stays on.
You've got like a trip that you're planning tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I leave in 8 hours.
A few hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I leave in 8 hours
So
to
we're
go to
gonna
the airport.
do the show. Did you pull that out of your luggage real quick, or?
Actually, yes. Yes, I actually did. This came out of the suitcase. I just grabbed it and ran.
Yes. Well, let's see here. So I looked up the national days. Did you see the national days for today? One of my favorite days, I think, is here because it's National Brothers Day.
Shout out to the homies.
Brothers Day. I knew there was a Mother's Day, but I didn't know there was a Brothers Day. I had to like read it a couple of times.
That's something.
I'm assuming it's like your actual physical brothers.
It was born by the right brothers.
Honors the brothers in our life. Yeah. Brothers from other mothers are found in a best friend, a brother-in-law, or a cousin. So you can still honor Brothers Day with
with
like
someone who
brothers.
isn't your brother.
Yeah. So it's also National Aviation Maintenance Technician Day.
Okay, so if you work on planes, it's your day.
It's your day. Your day. I would think that the more important day would be Aviation Maintenance Day. Like every day should be Aviation Maintenance Day, especially before you get in the plane.
I feel like their boss says every day is aviation maintenance
So
day.
one year I was on this trip. I got on this airplane. I was having a bad day anyway because a piece of steel had actually flew into my eyeball. I didn't know it at the time, but there was actually a piece of steel lodged in my eye. And
Nice.
we got on this airplane. She called for boarding, or we were at the airlines. She called for boarding. Everybody stood in line and waited 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 and waited. Finally, we got on the plane. And then we got on the plane and we waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. We were like an hour, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The guy on the speaker comes on and he says, "I'm sorry, we're having a hard time. We can't get the luggage compartment closed." And, in an effort to make it there with all your luggage intact and still keep cabin pressure and everything, they had a technician come out. They fixed the door. Finally got the door fixed. So we waited and waited and waited. And then he says, "Well, now we have to de-ice the plane a second time because we waited here too long." So they're de-iced the plane a second time. And then we taxied out to the runway and we waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. Another hour goes by. He goes, "Okay, we can't get one of the engines to fire." So they towed us back to the gate.
Where you pick a new flight.
They tap back to the gate and we're waiting on the plane.
Yeah.
Waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited, expecting to get off and get on a new plane. Then the guy comes over the overhead speaker, says, "The technician's got the engine going. We're going to be going back out on the runway soon." The guy behind me was so upset. He goes, "That technician better be on this flight. If he's confident that he fixed it, he better be riding here with us because I want a new plane." He was freaking out. Now, at that point in time, my eyes like watering. It's actually swelling up and everything. And I keep touching my microphone. Sorry, people. But it's just a funny story.
Yeah.
we did make it clearly. There were no emergency landings or anything like that. So, welcome to the show, Nat and Zelly. It's also National Escargot Day. Have you ever had snails?
No. I don't know if I've ever actually seen a snail outside of like a zoo.
A zoo.
Usually, they have snail like in the little.
We're actually going to talk about a zoo critter today on the show.
Like in the little enclosure house, where they have all the different things.
Yeah.
That's where they have snails and stuff.
Snails. I've never had escargot. I've seen other people eat it, and it seems like a something that I'm not. I've tried a lot of different things. I don't know if I would want to try that. They got their little snail forks, and they, and
Butter. There's a lot of butter.
I would probably just have the butter.
There's a lot of butter in escargot.
If I went to some fancy place and they're like, you got to try the escargot.
I do say, good sir, the escargot today is quite exquisite.
I would take the thing, pretend to scoop it, and dip it in the butter real quick and just eat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's nice. And then just throw the whole thing away.
Wait, it comes up. Is it to your liking? Oh, good heavens!
Oh, yes. And now I need a brandy. National Scavenger Hunt Day, which is fun.
Yeah, like I was hunting for the right shirt.
Yeah. National Wyoming Day, because that's a thing.
Shout out to Wyoming.
Shout out to all our Wyoming people. And National Yucatan Shrimp Day.
Okay, now that one's just I don't get that one.
I don't get that one.
I don't get that one either.
But well.
What did the Yucatan shrimp do to warrant their own day?
Let's see what the national days are tomorrow, real quick. Anything good? National Brown Baguette Day. I guess take your own lunch. National Tap Dance Day, which I've tap danced like once before for a Shoko, I think. National Wine Day. That's a fun one. Towel Day.
Towel Day.
Is that where you just go out in public wearing your towel?
Who cares? Hot shower. I'm staying in the hotel all day.
You just wrap with the towel and just go
towels
out.
Head to toe.
And National Senior Health and Fitness Day. I love it. Okay, so, okay, let me see if we got any other. Okay. So, anything you have?
No, I'm good.
I'm trying to think of it's been like a couple of weeks.
It's
like a concert. Then you got a new job, a new stream of income, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So now you've got money coming in from two different places.
Yeah, and one of those paychecks is being funneled directly into content creation.
See? Okay.
Because one makes infinitely more than the other.
Now the one job pays you get a physical check and you get cash.
I get a pay stub. So I get direct deposit.
Oh yeah. But I mean, they write you a check or they pay you, but you also get paid.
They pay me, but
tips.
I also get tips. So like when there's we go over the leftover stuff for the day.
Yeah.
Because you have to make change for people.
Yeah.
They give you a bank.
Yeah.
So there's a certain amount that you owe the store.
Yeah.
So when you come back, if you have more than what you owe the store, whatever's left, there you go. Have fun.
Yeah. Cool.
You just get to walk away.
So you literally walk away with money, like cash every day.
I literally walk away with cash in my pocket.
I like working today, getting paid today. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, I walk away with at least currently, I walk away with roughly $30 each day.
Plus, you'll get more money at the end of the whatever your pay cycle
because on top of that, there's people that do stuff over the phone and on the website give tips electronically, and those get lump summed into my paycheck as well.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we take tips here on the show too.
We take tips.
Not saying that, but
all tips that are given us are legitimately being funneled right back into the show.
I have some good news.
Good news.
Switch. Well, that feels so weird seeing that delay. I don't like that. Okay. Keep an eye on chat for me. So, have you ever seen like Journey to the Center of the Earth?
Once, with the dinosaurs and whatnot.
The original one or the one with Brendan Fraser?
I think I saw the one with Brendan Fraser.
Ah.
Because that one had dinosaurs and bad CGI. And
it wasn't the bad CGI. It was, I could not watch it. It was such bad acting. And I really like Brendan Fraser.
From The Mummy.
In The Mummy, he was in that um, movie where they were in a bunker or something for a while. I liked him in that.
I haven't seen anything.
And it's
Brendan
funny
Fraser
because his
since I
name
was
is
a kid.
Adam, and the chick that he found's name was Eve. But um, the beginning of Journey to the Center of the Earth, it was like it might have been bad writing, it was bad acting, it was all like slapstick. I couldn't take it anymore.
I have seen that movie once.
Oh, wow.
Within the year that it came out, when I was tiny.
Yeah.
A tiny individual.
Well, Journey to the Center of the Earth is you go into the center of the Earth. There's dinosaurs.
I couldn't
There's
even tell you how it
a previous
starts.
movie, I think, and then there was. I mean, obviously, it's based on a book, which is better than all the movies
Based on
combined and
polls.
everything. Our first article is actually a giant sinkhole with a forest inside is found in China.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah.
I heard about this. I learned about this on the Forbidden app.
The Forbidden.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I did not. I actually got this as a headline, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
This is where I heard about
So,
this.
a team of Chinese scientists has discovered a giant new sinkhole because I didn't know there was more than one, but there is a new sinkhole
Multiple sinkholes.
with a forest at the bottom. The cool thing is the sinkhole is 630 feet deep, according to Xinhua News Agency, deep enough to just swallow the St. Louis Gateway Arch. You've been to St. Louis?
No.
Oh.
I don't know if I know what you're talking about. I know the St. Louis
arch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know the arch.
A team of speleologists?
Dude,
Speleologists.
Speleologists. See, dude, think about this. This sentence reads, a team of speleologists, which sounds like a class of wizard,
I know.
and spelunkers.
Or people who are like part of the spelling bee.
Is that like a new Chutes and Ladders? Speleologists and spelunkers?
Speleologists.
Yes.
Speleologists.
Speleologists.
Speleologists. Okay, we got it.
Spell-
Speleologists and spelunkers.
Chutes and Ladders.
You know what? That should be the name of this episode. I know we have to do two different things, but speleologists and spelunkers.
I'm sold.
That would be it.
Yeah, I'm sold.
Okay. Lost my whole train of thought. But anyway, a team of these guys rappelled into the sinkhole on May 6th, discovering that there are 3 cave entrances in the chasm, as well as ancient trees 131 feet tall, stretching their branches towards the sunlight that filters through the sinkhole's entrance.
How do you... Like, yeah, think, how do seeds get down there? Start a tree.
Just drop down. Birds drop stuff.
Bird just dropped his seeds.
I know,
well,
I know birds can eat like stuff, and then like in their droppings that they just as they fly over stuff tends to grow. But quote, "This is cool news," says George Vini, the executive director of the National Cave and Karst Research Institute, which is NCKRI.
what is a karst?
I don't know. In the U.S., an international expert on caves. Vini was not involved in the exploration of the cave, but the organization that was, the Institute of Karst Geology of the China Geological Survey, is NCKRI's sister institute. I have another picture which I've already moved. So, the discovery is no
There's
surprise.
Even holes inside. There's homes in the sinkhole.
Well, there's
I was trying to think.
there's another sinkhole there. So, the discovery is no surprise to them. It's a surprise to me.
Yeah.
Discovery is no surprise, Vini told Live Science, because southern China is home to karst topography, a landscape prone to dramatic sinkholes and otherworldly caves. It actually says otherworldly caves. Like, I wonder if this is where Journey to the Center of the Earth kind of came from.
On today's episode of The Twilight Zone.
I know, right? Karst landscapes are formed primarily by the dissolution of bedrock, Vini said. Rainwater, which is slightly acidic, picks up carbon dioxide as it runs through the soil, becoming more acidic. Then it trickles, rushes, and flows through cracks in the bedrock, slowly widening them into tunnels and voids. Over time, if a cave chamber gets large enough, the ceiling can gradually collapse, opening up a huge sinkhole.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because of local differences in geology, climate, and other factors, the way karst appears at the surface can be dramatically different, he said. So in China, you have this incredibly visually spectacular karst.
That.
Yeah. With enormous sinkholes and giant cave entrances and so forth.
So I guess a karst is like a canyon with sinkholes? Like a canyon made with sinkholes?
Okay. Karst. Landscape underlain by limestone, which has been eroded by dissolution, producing ridges, towers, fissures, sinkholes, and other characteristic landforms.
So it's a canyon with that creates sinkholes.
Yeah, yeah. So, karst.
Darn, China got Grand Canyon 2.0.
Good stuff. Probably, yeah, much better than ours. And they got like stuff growing.
It's got color.
Ours just dead.
It's got color. It's not orange.
Yeah. In other parts of the world, you walk out on the karst and you really don't notice anything. Sinkholes might be quite subdued, only a meter or two in diameter. Cave entrances might be very small. You have to squeeze your way into them. In fact, 25% of the United States is karst or pseudokarst, which features cave carved by factors other than dissolution, such as volcanic or wind. Vini says about 20% of the world's landmass is made up of one of these two cave-rich landscapes.
I thought I was about to say that 20% of landmass is just made up of two caves.
Yeah, two caves. The Bat Cave. Well, I shouldn't say that because the Bat Cave is kind of coming up in the show too. So anyway, a new discovery took place in the Jiangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region near Ping's village in the county of Lei, according to Jinhua Gangs.
I'm trying to. Guangxi?
Guangxi is
Maybe it's
known.
Guangxi?
Yeah, Jinhua. Guangxi is known for its fabulous karst formations, which range from sinkholes to rock pillars to natural bridges, and have earned the region UNESCO World's Heritage Site designation.
Made me think of like it's like the brother of Nestle. UNESCO.
Yeah, UNESCO. Okay, so
Getting measurements here.
the new sinkhole is the new sinkhole's interior is 1,004 feet long and 492 feet wide. Zhang, a senior engineer of the Institute of Karst Geology, told Jinhua the Mandarin word for such enormous sinkholes is Tiankang, or heavenly pit. And the bottom of the sinkhole did indeed seem like another world.
Now, hold on a minute. Why is the thing that goes down, theoretically, away from heaven, the heavenly pit?
I think it's like kind of like a Garden of Eden type of a thing. I think that might be what they're thinking of. There might be like a loss in translation between us and Mandarin.
Well, but like even so, in teachings, the devil and everything is always down under your feet.
Yeah.
So the heavenly pit is also down under your feet.
I think it's just meant to be like a paradise type of situation.
I mean, that makes
like
sense.
on the beach. Yeah. Well, the bottom of the sinkhole did indeed seem like another world. Chen Lijin, who led the cave expedition team, told Jinhua that the dense undergrowth on the sinkhole floor was as high as a person's shoulders. Karst caves and sinkholes can provide an oasis for life, Vini said. I wouldn't be surprised to know that there are species found in these caves that have never been reported or described by science until now.
Oh yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah.
Just release something new.
Release something new? A dinosaur.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the last thing.
In one West Texas cave, Vini said tropical ferns grow abundantly. The spores of the ferns were apparently carried by the sheltered spots, carried to the sheltered spots by bats that migrate to South and Central America. Not only do sinkholes and caves offer refuge for life, they're also a conduit to aquifers or deep stores of underground waters. Karst aquifers provide the sole or primary water source for 700 million people worldwide, Vini said, but they're easily accessed and drained or polluted. Karst aquifers are the only type of aquifers that you can pollute with solid waste, Vini said. I've pulled car batteries and car bodies and barrels of God knows what and bottles of God knows what out of the active cave stream. The new discovery brings the number of sinkholes in Lake County to 30, according to Xinhua. The same researchers have previously discovered dozens of sinkholes in northwest China's Shaanxi province and a cluster of interconnected sinkholes in Guangxi. Guangxi.
Guangxi. I think it's Guangxi.
I think I messed that one up.
Nah,
China Daily reported.
Look, there's a lot of letters in there.
There's a lot of letters.
Half of them do not pronounce the way they look.
I know. It's incredibly animated. And I was trying to what happened to our background? Okay, I thought I broke something there.
Nah, it's just the.
We broke the screen.
It's the wall loading up.
We broke the screen.
Yeah, the last thing we need is to break the giant screen.
Okay. So, you like animals, yeah?
Animals are okay.
I think that the number one thing that brings peace to people is baby animals.
Sure, people love cat videos.
Cat videos, baby ducks, baby geese, baby turtles, baby raccoons. I don't like raccoons, but baby raccoons are oh, you know what I mean?
Sure.
You can have these massive terror or whatever, and when we're about to see an actual apex predator, and everybody's oh, you know. Nashville Zoo welcomes a rare baby spotted Phaneloca.
I feel like it's either Phaneloca or Phaneloca. Like Phaneloca.
I think with O in that. There's only one case, so I'm going to go with Phaneloca. The first to be born in America. And this is what it looks like.
That is an apex predator.
Cue the... Aww. Some Sav is on here. Has she even... We have some Sav on, and she hasn't said anything?
About the animals. Nope.
Whoa.
Nothing.
Whoa. Is everybody okay? Yeah. Let's see here. Yep. Okay. She's just quiet today. It's fine. Maybe recovering. Maybe recovering. The National the
National Zoo.
The Nashville Zoo has added an adorable, lesser-known species to its assembly of animals. The zoo welcomed a male spotted Phaneloca on April 29th, which was about a month ago, which is the first pup of its kind to be born in the United States. The baby was born to a pair of Phanelocas that recently arrived at the zoo. The veterinary staff is hand-rearing the healthy and alert pup in a neonatal care room, according to the zoo. Both parents are also being kept in an area out of public view currently. Nashville is currently working on breeding and conserving the species, which is endemic to Madagascar, which we all love those movies, right? I do.
The circus.
I do. Mostly the penguin.
When I think of Madagascar, all I think of is the circus.
The circus.
And how to say voila.
Voila. I liked the creative names that the bad guy had.
Which bad guy?
Drew, Barry, more power.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Peter, cage them.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so the three Phanelocas are the only members of its species living at an AZA, which is Association of Zoos and Aquariums, which I didn't even know was a thing.
That's the thing.
Facility in this country. So the three Phanelocas are the only members of its species living at an AZA facility
They're
in this
the
country.
only ones in the United States.
Ba-boom. That's it. They're, which makes sense because I've never seen one of these things.
I was trying to I saw you pulling it up, getting it ready to go. I thought you were about to talk about weird Photoshops.
Photoshop. It's.
Think about it. Someone slapped a fox onto a baby tiger or something.
Ba-boom. Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
I saw a fox run right through downtown, across the main road that goes east to west here.
Yeah, you see foxes.
Just the other day, it was carrying something in its mouth, and it freaked out some school kids that were waiting for the bus.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What we're here for.
So anyway, we are honored to have them here and to help conserve this vulnerable species, said the zoo on Facebook. Phanerolas are small carnivores native to the lowlands and the rainforests of Madagascar and are listed as vulnerable according to the International Union for the Conservation of Nature due to habitat and destruction. I feel like these names get longer and longer and longer and longer. And longer.
Yes. We had
the International Union for the Conservation of Nature due to habitat destruction.
UNESCO.
I want to make up an organization that involves you to take a breath in between finishing saying it.
We have one of those. I just can't say it on the show.
No, don't do that. And imagine typing that out as a web page.
You're like
where you're like
you're typing out your
and then you're like, I spelled it wrong.
Making your like LinkedIn profile. Yeah. You gotta put that out. They're like, hey, what does this stand for? Well,
yeah. The National Association for Streamers and Artists and Musicians and
it just keeps
and do that and whatever and the president and the CEO and pool association people and people who like to swim and we like to make games and
the
also
Carpenters
gamers
Union.
Okay, they are listed as the second largest predator in the region. They consume small mammals, reptiles, bird eggs, and aquatic animals and insects.
Basically, they just have their whole run of the place.
This is just like boom, second largest predator in the region, which is weird because it's considered a small predator. But
what beats it, the lion?
Probably, yeah. I've never heard of anything, but it does kind of look kind of cute. Maybe I should go on and look what an adult looks like.
Well, yeah, actually, let's have a look. What does an adult look like? Let's have a look real quick.
What does an adult look like? You know what? Let's look it up here because. And Luca. Whoa.
That's the second biggest, and they're like, it's like a possum and a fox.
Yeah. Open image in new tab. Let's drag this over so everybody can see it.
It's like a mix of a possum and a fox.
Yeah.
That's the second largest. How tiny are things in Madagascar?
I don't know.
That's the second. That can't be what, more than a foot tall?
Yeah. Yeah. So, the babies look kind of cute.
Hey, look, there's the baby. They have pictures of it resting next to a teddy bear.
Right next to it. That's because it's like super popular here, just because we've never seen them before. So, whoops. My next article.
What are we looking at here?
Zoom out. Okay, the next article. See, this is what happens when I mess it up. There we go. Oh, yes. So, we like talking about like meteorological.
No, I think it's meteorological, right? Meteorological.
I have a problem with that.
Meteorology.
And like one too many blows to that. I think I have too many brain bruises. We like talking about stuff.
We like talking about meteorology. And what do you shorten that to? We like talking about stuff.
Stuff. We actually talk about a
lot of talking about space.
A lot of stuff.
Space.
Stuff. Just thought you were gonna lose the screen there for a second.
Nah, dude, I was really paying attention. I was paying close attention.
So, the next one, and I'm kind of looking forward to this, except for no, that's not it. I messed it up. See, I should be paying attention to what's going on here and not what's going on up there. So let's skip this and we'll go back to here. Okay. So skipping ahead. The most intense meteor shower we have ever seen should light up New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts skies on May 31st.
So if you live in any of the other 47 states, sucks to suck, I guess.
Probably not going to be as exciting for you. So according to Earth Sky, models are predicted that a comet that split apart in 1995 and still fragmenting is on track to enter our orbit. That means we'll see a grand display of meteors like nothing New England has seen in most of our lifetimes.
This is written by an English person.
Well, New England, the East Coast.
Ain't no person in America still saying New England.
Okay. The meteor shower is called the Tau Herculids and is and it orbits the sun every 5.4 years according to Earth Sky. Earth Sky says Tau is a comet that astronomers and scientists are keeping close tabs on. According to Universe Today, the early morning of May 31st around 1 a.m. is when Tau Herculid discovered in 1930 should burst into our atmosphere. Universe Today adds that this rare meteor shower from such an obscure comet will consist of a thousand streams flashing through the sky in mere seconds, but could last for up to an hour.
Maybe I'll just ask the guys if they want to fly to the coast.
I kind
for
of
a
want
day.
to see this so bad.
You want to fly to the coast for a day?
I kind of do.
I kind of do.
I mean, we'll just drive there.
Drive to the coast?
Yeah.
Can we drive to the coast and back in a day? What day's the 31st?
We've actually got a viewer from over there who's not on right now. But
Wait, what days? Is it 30th or 31st? It's
31st. 31st at 1 a.m.
What day is the 31st?
A week from today.
If we can drive back there, the 1 a.m. on the 31st.
Yeah.
So if we drove there, how long does it take to get to, what's the closest state?
What's the
closest one of those three?
So we're going to go there. We're going to watch it at 1 a.m. and
Yeah.
be like, for an hour, just choo, choo, choo,
Yep.
choo, choo, choo,
And then
choo, choo,
pack
choo.
up, we're going back home.
Okay, time to go home.
Yeah, exactly.
kinda.
They'll take a nap for a
Hey,
little bit.
do
And
you
then go
guys
home.
want, well, we're just laying there in the field, just staring at the thing. I mean, we'll just nap there.
Yeah.
I really do want to see this.
I want to see it.
Yeah, I really do want to see it. I really do want to see it. So
You want to drive to Maine or
I
wherever?
kind of do. You know what? We'll talk about this after the show because I kind of do. I got a top 10 for you to read.
You have a
here in
top
second.
10. Oh, last time I read a top 10 is when I said Yosemite.
You got Yosemite.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Which Yosemite sounds way cooler than Yosemite. Come
Well,
on.
Yosemite is the actual name of it.
I know, but saying Yosemite, Yosemite just sounds so much better in general.
I can't say anything because I've messed up so many things. Even like, so let's just talk about this the other day. You can actually
Alright.
be reading. You be a super intelligent person, and you're reading, and you're trying to, even though you've read it like a couple of times, and it just comes out.
Mine got it right.
Yeah.
Lost in translation.
Well, and you're thinking of other things that you're saying,
Yeah.
other things happening, or whatever. So anyway, have you personally ever seen anything supernatural?
No. No.
I thought you were the one that was holding the ghost meter at the place, and you were like, "Oh, it went off right over here."
Yeah, and then they told me it was an electrical surge.
Oh, they stole it from you.
Well, no, and I believe it too. I believe because it does happen. Electrical, because we were surrounded by different lights and whatnot. There was wiring.
But at the
everywhere.
end of the tunnel, they had the antenna thing. They had the light thing, and they had another thing, and all three of them were there, and they all three lit up at the same time.
Look, electrical surges happen, and if you get a big enough discharge at one point, it can set things off.
Oh, okay, Bill Nye.
So look, science says so.
Okay.
I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah. So, a lot of people have seen the supernatural, and most of us,
like you.
yeah, like me, they call me by my name, so I can't really say anything there.
Got a point.
Yeah, I got a point. Okay, so, and my first and last name, that was the freaky part of it. Especially when the guy goes, I've never heard it say a first and a last name consecutively. It was like, we've all heard names and different things. But anyway, okay. So, many of us know someone who has a good ghost story or an alien sighting story, which I've never heard of. I mean, I don't know anybody personally.
Mothman.
I don't
The
know.
Mothman story.
The Mothman. I don't know anybody personally who's seen an alien or claims to have. Anyway, maybe you even have your own. A new study has put together the numbers and has found the states you are most likely to have a supernatural sighting or experience. And it looks like Illinois has a solid number of strange sightings every year and actually ranks 8th overall for supernatural sightings. Illinois has reported 4,025 UFO sightings a year. And when it comes to ghosts, they come in at least 2,529, which is why we have the Midwest Ghost Society.
Who's out here seeing so many UFOs?
I don't
Is
know.
this because Illinois is a it's like like a state of farmers, crop circles and whatnot.
So I actually see this plane that goes overhead while I'm walking at night. It's a low-flying plane because you can see all the lights around it. And it does make a weird sound when it goes past. There's like this weird sound. But I always thought it's because it's low and the echo from the houses. It just sounds different.
And that makes sense. The noise distortion.
Yeah. But I'm not like, aliens!
Yeah.
You know?
Why are people seeing apparently people see double the amount of UFOs to...
I did see some other weird things happening in the sky that I took a picture of and sent it to you, but that was like an actual astrological event.
Yeah, you sent that.
And it was like the sky was broke and on fire at the same time. It was kind of weird. But it was
cool.
It was cool. It was super cool. So the states with the most supernatural sightings are...
Well, let's see. Ranked in number 1 is California.
That's not an announcer voice.
No, it struck me off. The second I read California, it made sense to me why California is number 1.
I was going to go to work, but then I got high. Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes sense that they're seeing a bunch of stuff. Number 2, though, Texas. I guess the Alamo? People are just seeing a bunch of ghosts.
I would feel like if any UFO landed in Texas, may God have mercy on its soul, because those hillbillies are going to just... Bow.
Landed. You think the thing's landing? The thing is crashing to the ground full of holes. The thing is coming down hard.
Hey, Elmer, grab the gun. There's something up in the air.
Gosh darn Amazon delivery drones again.
Get them. Okay. Number 2 is Texas.
Number 3, coming in at Florida. Now, I chalk this up to Florida's full of old people with dementia.
They came and they stole my keys.
Exactly.
They stole my dog.
Sir, your dog was outside and your keys are over here on the counter.
I was sitting here holding my drink and somebody drank it.
I looked back at my drink and the cap was up on the floor.
I went to the bathroom and you're not going to believe this. Someone messed in my Depends. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, number 3. I feel like we just made fun of Florida. I'm sorry.
We just made fun of California, Texas, and Florida.
Okay. Who are we making fun of next?
Let's see. Next on the chopping block is Washington. Now, I don't know a lot about Washington.
I got nothing.
It's one of the states I actually know the least.
Kind of like, yeah.
You know what surprised me isn't on this list? Oregon. Because Portland could be on this list by itself. Portland, Oregon could be on this list by itself.
Actually, don't they have like several, yeah.
Well, just all this crazy stuff that goes on in Portland anyway.
Yeah. So, let's see here. Okay, next on the list?
Next on the list at number 5 is New York.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Ghostbusters.
I like how Men in Black, in New York, there were actual aliens living among them because...
Elvis went home.
There are people that are just...
There are some questionable people in New York.
I've seen sightings in New York, and I've only been there like twice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, where you look, somebody walks by, is like...
Well, think about it. New York deserves to be on this list purely because of the historical documentary of Before My Time, Ghostbusters.
The historical documentary.
The historical documentary, Ghostbusters.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, if you have a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, you definitely deserve to be on this list. Okay.
Now, number 6 is weird. Ohio. Ohio, I feel like, has no ghost. It's all aliens. Because there is nothing in Ohio besides wheat fields, the occasional mom and pop store, and then it's more wheat fields.
See, that's kind of like Illinois. We made the list, and all we got is Children of the Corn.
Yeah, I'm thinking people. It's Ohio and Illinois are just aliens for the most part. That's my thoughts on them. Number 7, though, Pennsylvania.
Okay, I know it's coming. Here we go.
No, I can't. I actually can't say what I was going to say because it's incredibly offensive.
Okay, yes,
Okay,
don't say
but
that.
you got something coming. What do you got, Pennsylvania?
I got something.
You got something. You said you know what's coming. What's coming? I can't say my
Oh
thing.
no,
You
because I
say
saw
your
the look
shtick.
on your face.
I can't say my thing. My thing is very
No, I knew it
rude.
was coming because you said Pennsylvania. I was like, oh,
Pennsylvania.
he's got a story.
Pennsylvania.
I was sitting in.
So Pennsylvania is a weird one
Pennsylvania
because
is kind of like just a weird state because
yeah,
you drive through it and you just keep driving and driving and driving and driving and driving and like I'm thinking I'm on the other side of the world and you're still driving.
yeah.
And the bad thing is it's only got like 2 airports.
Yep.
And if you land at one of the airports and you're somewhere in the whatever, you can drive forever. And you're like, oh, couldn't I have flown closer than this?
Yes.
Yeah. But other than that, that's just an annoyance for me.
But so Pennsylvania is weird because
They don't have pencils.
they didn't invent the pencil or the pen.
Yeah, or the pen. Penn State. Cheaters.
Could have.
Okay, so what's weird about Pennsylvania?
Well, so it's like you said with how you can seem like you're driving forever in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're caught in a loop, that could be assisted as supernatural.
I just think that like you're driving and driving and driving and driving and driving and driving and driving, and then like a UFO flies by, you're like, oh, thank God, something. You know what
something new. Right?
You know, you're begging to see a ghost at so after so long.
People Pennsylvania, the reason people Pennsylvania is on this list is because you drive so long, you start becoming delirious and you see hallucinations.
Okay, number 8.
Number 8, as we all know, is Illinois.
Yes.
Illinois also, as it said, gets way more alien sightings than it does ghosts, which makes
shocks
sense.
me. It shocks me though.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense.
I don't even know people who look up. Most of the time there's something up there, I'm looking and say, oh, that's it. And most people are like, oh, what are you looking at? I did the social experiment at my school one time. I was walking into school and I stopped and I just looked up to see how many people would stop and look up with me. And a small amount, but some people would be like, they'd just be walking by and they're like, oh, you know, and they're just like this. Now, a week later, I did the same thing. I was at the exact same spot. I was looking up at absolutely nothing, but this time I was pointing. I was like, and so many more people looked when you're pointing, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, most people aren't even.
Yeah, because people think you're just looking at something, but if you're going like, look at that.
I went to the city recently to go see a show. I walked, I'm driving through town and I see people with their cell phones and they're like this.
People are buried in their cell phones.
If you're looking like this as you're walking down the street, you don't even see the cars on the road. How are you seeing UFOs? How? I don't understand.
They're watching Rick and Morty.
I don't understand. Okay.
Number 9. This one also kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Michigan. Think about it. Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
All of its lakes, people constantly traveling back and forth.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So it's not the Michigan people that are seeing it, it's just the people who are visiting.
Yeah, because think about it. You go to Michigan, right? You're on the lake. At night on the lake, there's animals and whatnot. You hear things, you see things, mind plays tricks on you. I feel like that's where a majority of things come from.
Yeah.
Now here's where it gets weird. Number 10. Arizona.
Well,
all I can think of is anything besides Phoenix.
okay, so I would think
Phoenix had the whole thing with the lights.
Yeah.
Back the 80s? 80s?
Fire in the sky.
Roswell,
New Mexico.
Yeah. They had the whole thing and the lights could be seen from Phoenix.
So, I don't know. But I'm shocked that...
But like, I'm trying to think, what's in Phoenix?
Maybe Arizona has nothing?
I
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I guess if you have nothing, no buildings, giant open areas, you're probably going to notice something moving around in the sky.
got it. I know why. Because in Arizona, it's constantly 100 degrees. Heat stroke. Delusions.
Okay. Well, California, which is the top one, their UFO sightings, 15,072. Their ghost sightings, 6,900. So almost 15,000 and 7,000, basically, ghost sightings.
Well, when you're that high all the time.
Yeah. Texas, which is number 2, because we read Illinois.
Yeah.
UFOs are 5,600. Ghost sightings, 7,000, basically.
That makes sense though, because of all I feel like people are. I mean, it's Texas.
UFOs in California are 15,000.
Yeah, but think about it.
And number 2 is only 5,000.
Texas sees
5,600.
more ghosts than UFOs.
Yeah.
So
All those people that they killed.
exactly.
And they just haunt you.
Are you really seeing ghosts or are you seeing guilt?
Guilt. I love it. Okay, we're going to skip this one because I went over it. I think we're running out of time too.
We'll be fine.
So my next article is actually super warm and fuzzy. Because we like pets and we like astrology. So this cat here.
Space pets.
This cat right here ran away 16 years ago. And the vets found his owner moments before they were about to put him down.
Could you imagine? Look at the face
Yes.
on that cat.
Yes.
That cat, that is the face of I have been had.
16 years, like cats, that's like their lifespan, basically. I had a cat that was almost 18, and I thought that was old. But maybe not, I guess. I don't know what the average lifespan is for a cat. But anyway, before they were married and had children, Jason and Liz McHenry said a cat named Ritz was their baby. The couple from Annapolis, Maryland, saw Ritz as a member of the family until 2006, when Ritz bolted out the apartment door, down the stairs, and never returned. Which is complete in character for cats.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can have a cat that's sitting there in the room perfectly fine, perfectly normal, and then the next second, crazy, and just takes off.
You hit the door.
Spin around. Yeah, boom! They're just completely unpredictable.
Gotta go
at times.
for it.
Yeah. Jason said, we spent months looking all around and talking to the shelters. Anything we could think of, we tried. Liz McHenry said they never really gave up looking for him. In fact, she still has his lost pet poster saved on her computer. It felt like if I deleted it, it never happened, and he'd be forgotten, and I couldn't do that, she told CBS News. And so her sliver of hope remained through the decade and into the next and into the next. 16 years came and went. Then, a few weeks ago, a woman who had been feeding Ritz in a trailer park 6 miles from Liz and Jason McHenry's old apartment building found that he had a serious leg injury. The gray cat was in such terrible shape that she brought it to a veterinary clinic to be put down, but before doing so, as it is standard procedure, the vet scanned the cat for a microchip. Jason McHenry received an automated text, "Cat Ritz has been found."
Could you imagine? It's like it's been 16 years, your life put together, you have kids, you probably have a new animal, and you're chilling there on the couch watching football, phone
Bloop.
buzzes, look at it. Ritz has been located.
Ritz who?
You're like, honey? Hey, who's Ritz?
I was like, well, that's got to be a mistake. I mean, I'm thinking they recycled the microchip number, he said. And she's upstairs, and she overhears me, and she goes, "What did you just say?"
Could you imagine just you like muttering to yourself like, Ritz has been found, and then you just hear from upstairs, what?
Yeah. You're saying it quietly too. Ritz has been found?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Women they hear everything. Okay. He's been gone for 16 years. I didn't think this was possible, Liz McHenry said. Ritz is now a record holder. No pet has ever been lost for longer and reunited because of a microchip. Despite 2 bum legs, Ritz is on the mend. He already has his favorite chair and is enjoying the attention of the brother and sister he never knew. Ritz has a very sweet demeanor, which means he may have been a house cat at some point after he ran away, and then ran again.
He did that. If he was, that means he dipped twice.
He's like at least twice.
This man is dine and dashing.
It's probably multiple. Yeah. There's other people who are going to watch the CBS News and look at that like, that's my cat.
Could you imagine?
That's the cat. They
There
were
were like 4 families showing up at the door being like, you have my cat.
Yeah. you see other posters
Yeah.
searching.
Just under the same
Award.
picture, different
Award.
names.
Okay, there's no telling. Okay, after all we know for certain is that for 16 years, Ritz was lost, but hope never was. I would probably after 10 years, I'd probably give up. Actually, after a year, I think I'd be done. I went out at our house because, and this is really bad, but somehow the cat jumped out a third-story window. I don't know how that cat survived.
Landed on its feet and was
It
fine,
did
right?
not land on the grass. It landed on hard concrete.
And it was fine, right?
And wandered off, made sounds all night long, and then it rained. I was out in the rain. I was looking for this stupid cat for hours in the rain. And then when I got back, I was so angry. I was like, if that cat comes back, I'm throwing it out the window. I'm going to let it in briefly, and then I'm going to throw it out the window myself.
Fly, Fluffy.
How high can you go? I'm going to throw it up. I'm going to drop kick this thing. And then finally it did come back, and I wasn't angry then, but I was so mad, and I was so upset. But anyway, my next article, which might be the last, oh no, we got time. This is the coolest thing that I've seen. And I know we've stuck with Illinois a couple of times right now, and I wish we had a super awesome meteor shower, but that's fine. This next one is a house that is for sale in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
That has its own superhero lair.
Mm-hmm.
Its own superhero lair. And it's a very, very unassuming house. There it is. It's just...
That's one of those bigger on the
Just-
inside houses, for sure, you know.
Just, oh, it's just a regular house, you know.
And you walk down in the basement, and it's just like, welcome home, Tony.
Don't get me wrong. Hello, Digi. I want the female. Hello, Digi.
Yeah, if my
Welcome
basement
back.
if my basement spoke that, I'm drawing a gun.
I saw a UFO.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, harm me.
Okay. Have you ever wanted a lair? Because I wanted a bat cave, a lair, a bunker, a secret passage, a door. Even if it was like a miniature box tunnel in between two walls, I've always wanted one. Now, this is probably the coolest thing you're about to see.
I want one of those game rooms that's like hidden behind a bookcase. Like hidden behind one of the bookcase doors.
Yes.
Yep. And you soundproof the thing. And you're
Yes.
set.
Where are you? Someone breaks in your house, and not only are you safe in your panic room, but you're gaming.
Could you imagine you're like, someone must be home. You just walk over, lock the thing. All right, guys, round two.
Hey, yeah, did you hear something? Hang on, I'm looking at my security camera. It looks like somebody just broke into my house. Yeah, that's fine. I'm behind the bookshelf.
Yeah, just press the button.
All my important stuff is in this room.
Press the button, send the alarm to the police, lock the door.
His joke's on him. Refrigerator's empty.
Could you imagine the police arrive, they're looking for you, and then all of a sudden you just hear a click from the bookcase and just start sliding open.
Okay. Wow, I don't even know.
You'd
If
have
you
to
live in
get
Illinois,
pads.
you won't have to go too far in order to find a place to become the next or the first Batman in the Chicago area.
How
I
much
know
would this
Batman was
cost?
actually filmed in that. It's a lot. I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah, like this is gonna cost a lot of money.
Yeah. I know you're thinking I'm being a little eccentric, but the listing even mentions the room as a place to plan your next superhero outing. It actually says it in the thing. Here's what the actual realtor says.
Okay, so this is the man himself.
The man himself, the realtor that put it in that that's selling it. It says, "Are you looking to own something unique that transcends the ordinary?" Did I say transcends or transcends? Transcends. Are you looking to own something that's unique and that transcends the ordinary? Then you simply must see this unparalleled for miles home with truly one-of-a-kind feature that Batman and James Bond would be jealous of. Expended and thoroughly redesigned by its inventive owner, Brick Ranch with secret underground tunnel leading from main house to 900 square foot room built under its oversized garage. Ideal place for in-home office, workshop, hobby room, or storage. for Batman gadgets or spy gear.
I feel like that's something that needs to be read in whatchamacallit. You put on the effect and you read like a 40s radio man.
Or so I saw pictures of it. I'm not going to put all the pictures up there. So it's above this garage, or I mean, the garage is above
Yeah,
it.
it's under
below
the garage.
There literally is a fireman's pole that goes down into the secret room.
But what if it's secret room? Why would you want the fireman's pole?
The top part might be enclosed.
I
just saw the pole. There's actually a fire hydrant in the secret room. I just incredible.
Okay, well, let's hear about this.
Let's see here. Okay, this is the secret tunnel.
There's the secret tunnel.
Besides
pictures.
The awesome idea of having your very own lair, secret hideout, man.
Got a point.
I mean, this is a man cave defined. The house comes complete with 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. The house located, and I'm going to give the address because if anybody wants to buy this home,
buy it.
it is at 8950 South 84th Avenue in Hickory Hills, is listed at $549,873.
I feel like this guy just went on his keyboard. It's like,
I feel
that's
like
the price.
Boom. A peculiar price.
It's like the house is worth like 150,000, but later 400 grand.
I like how the realtor is like, let's just say 549,000. The guy's like, I want another $873.
How much I owe left on my car?
And then they probably did the thing. And they're like, $870. He goes, no, I want $3 extra or the deal's off.
They were like heckling with him. It was originally 5. They managed to bring it down to 3.
Yeah. So, okay. What? Do I not have
Is that it?
No, I don't. I guess I'm missing a picture here, but
Oh shoot.
it's actually here. I don't know what I did. But there's the
So this is the room.
Yeah, this is
It's got stairs that I'm assuming going up
Yeah.
to the garage.
yeah. Actually, I think this is the oversized garage. My bad.
This is the garage.
Oh,
Well, no,
man.
it can't be the garage because look, there's the tunnel through the open door.
Okay, you're right. That is the tunnel. There's another picture of a with a
Besides,
pool
what
table. and
garage
everything.
has like underground work lights?
It's actually pretty cool.
Could you imagine you're like hiring people to help you build this, just getting the equipment down in there? The pain.
I love it. So last year at this time, I don't know if you remember, but we were like, actually, I guess it wasn't this time. It was later on in the summer. We did like how to stay cool during the summer.
Yes.
So I was thinking about, since we're going into it, we had like a really hot week a week ago, which is why I was thinking of this.
Yeah.
We had last year, it was how to stay cool.
How to stay cool. Yep.
This one is set your thermostat to this temperature to save money this summer. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm trying to like, I don't know if you've seen the gas prices lately.
Are there any catches to this?
No.
Certain.
What do you mean?
No catch. There's not anything you need in order to do this.
Okay, yes, there is.
Okay.
You're skipping ahead.
No. I'm not skipping ahead. I make sure,
So-
for the thing, as long as you have a thermostat.
If you're there and you can like turn the dial yourself, I guess you could, but it works better if you have a smart thermometer.
All right.
So some of the smart thermometers pair with your phone, and if your phone physically leaves the building, it'll like, oh, he's gone, and it'll go into whatever, an economy mode type of thing. So if you have a smart thermometer or a smart thermostat, I don't know why I said thermometer, a smart thermostat, this will work better. Excuse me. But according to the U.S. Department of Energy, the best technique for staying cool, yet minimizing utility costs in the summer, is to keep your home warmer than usual when no one is home, and then setting the temperature as high as comfortably possible when home. Energy Star, a program of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and the U.S. Department of Energy, suggested that homes be kept at 78 degrees, which is a little warm.
I can do that, honestly. No
Yeah.
problem.
78 degrees when home during the day. It also suggests that the thermostat be set to 82 when sleeping and 85 when you're out of the house for maximum savings. Recommendations that were met with scorn and disbelief on social media. So they posted on social media, and the Facebook people are like, What? No.
I'll be fine with this. The only thing that I think would give me problems is getting heated while playing games.
Yeah. So this is where the smart thermometer, or God, why did I say that? The smart thermostat comes in handy. Because if you bump it up to 85, it's going to take it a little bit of time to get down to 78. So if you want to have the time adjust like maybe an hour before you get home, or if you have, again, a phone or something, you can change it while you're at Target or whatever coming back. So anyway, everybody on Facebook said that this is wrong, just so you know, and I'm trying to play both sides of the fence. Department of Energy says this will save you money, and the Facebook people says this is unrealistic. I can't stand these living conditions. It's 78 degrees, I'll die.
Nah, that's fine. That's
I
not
mean,
that
you're
bad,
outside
actually.
for a long. I mean, with hotter than that, you just,
Yeah, that's not that bad.
it's National Towel Day tomorrow. Just wear a towel. Set it to 78 and be quiet. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so I'm thinking as I was looking this up, I was like, well, what about winter, right?
Fair point. Fair point.
I didn't want to leave the winter out. Although we've never really done a winter thing, have we?
How to stay warm.
Yeah. How to stay warm?
Well,
Don't freeze.
Yeah. Well, tell us.
This is my suggestion of winter. Don't freeze.
How about winter?
I guess I don't look it up because I don't like the cold. I don't
You
like
do not
winter.
like the cold.
Yeah. I am not a polar plunge person.
I'm fine with both.
It's going to take some effort for somebody to be like, hey, man, do you want to do a polar plunge? And I'll be like, no. And then they'll be like, will you do it for a Scooby snack? And I'll be like, maybe.
Just do it for 2 Scooby
Yes!
snacks. There it is.
Okay. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, it is best to keep your thermostat at 68 for most of the day during the winter season. For maximum efficiency, you should also designate 8 hours per day during which you turn the temperature down by between 7 and 10 degrees. By following this routine, you may again be able to reduce your yearly energy costs by up to 10%.
So, 8 to 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost half the day.
I feel like 8 hours to 10 hours is what the average person sleeps. So if you turn it down even more, you wrap up in extra blankets, and you're not going anywhere. You don't have to cool, or you don't have to warm the whole house because you're hopefully underneath your
That is
blankets.
fair.
Yeah, that makes sense. So depending on your schedule, excuse me, and comfort preferences, you can decide whether you prefer to keep your home cooler during the day or at night. Some people prefer turning the heat down at night when they cozy up under blankets and won't notice the colder conditions. Plus, sleeping in chillier temperatures may be linked with getting more restful sleep. For others, though, it might make more sense to turn the thermostat down during the daytime when they're at work. Once you're home, you can crank the temperature up to be a more comfortable level. And then there is another scenario where you turn it down during the day because you're dressed, you're wearing warmer clothes, you're moving around, you're also cooking and all that other stuff. And then at night, some people don't like sleeping with clothing on or less items. You have like a little small pajama thing, and then you're like, I'll just stay warmer then,
That's
So I don't know. I like it warm no matter what because I hate the cold. So why it matters, okay? In the summer, a common misconception is that setting your air conditioner to a lower than normal temperature will cool your home faster. But actually, an air conditioner will only really cool your home 10 or 15 to 20 degrees cooler than the outdoors. Any other setting will not cool your home more and will result in unnecessarily high expenses. Plus, a higher interior temperature setting in the summer will actually slow the flow of heat into your home, which results in energy and money savings. So there's a heat exchange, thermodynamics.
Yeah, it's all just thermodynamics.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you have a fireplace. People have a fireplace, they light a fire, and they're like, "Oh, we're so much warmer because it's so much nicer." But actually, it's bad because you have heat in your living room, but with the updraft and the heat's pushing it up, the air is moving, and it's actually sucking the heat from the rest of your house into the room, and so your other rooms are actually colder.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're doing yourself a disservice. But anyway, in the winter, what makes 68 degrees the best temperature for winter? It's on the lower end of comfortable indoor temperatures for some people, but there's a good reason to keep your home cooler during the winter. When your home is set to a lower temperature, it will lose heat more slowly than if the temperature were higher. In other words, keeping your home at a cooler indoor temperature will help it retain heat longer and reduce the amount of energy required to keep the house comfortable. As a result, you'll save energy and money. Again, thermodynamics.
Fair enough.
So, we have time. I just got one. I want to do this last
All right.
because it's just really, really, really cool. I just saw this literally, I think today. It just happened. But a woman, let's see this. This woman went missing for 8 days
8 days.
in a dense forest,
Mm-hmm.
and they found her sitting on a tree stump singing Amazing Grace.
I mean, we're staying in one
Yeah,
place, making
yeah,
noise.
yeah. And you're like, just, I mean, 8 days, you're still alive, and you're like, let's just sing
Amazing Grace kind of drags on a long
Amazing
time.
Grace. Easy word.
Yeah.
So the other part about this article that I love is where this lady's from. She's from Simplicity, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Literally, I mean, I can't say our hometown. I want to say it on the internet because I want to be stopped. But we have a pretty unique name, okay? But Simplicity, Virginia.
Simplicity.
Like, what do you want to name this town? Let's just keep it simple. Nah, I don't like that. Let's call it Simplicity. A 69-year-old Virginia woman who went missing last week was found alive this last Monday, yesterday, in a dense pine forest, less than a mile from her home, the local sheriff announced.
she was like, it's like miles lost, and then just over time, she just gradually made her way home. She's like, I'm close enough. They'll probably find me. I don't gotta
I'm
do
just
any
gonna
more
sit
work.
down.
Yeah.
Let's just sit down.
Yeah.
Okay. The search for Aletha G. Walton began May 17th when her family discovered she was missing and alerted authorities. Prince Edward County Sheriff's Office said in a statement posted online. Walton was last seen at her home in the Simplicity area 2 days early. I'm sorry. I was trying to be professional.
It sounds like an area where everything's just
Yeah,
easier.
yeah. Um, Walton was last seen at her home in the Simplicity area 2 days earlier, officials said. Search and rescue organizations and agencies from around the state joined the search for Walton, and she was found about about a mile from her home in a densely wooded pine forest with a thick underbrush on Monday morning, 8 days after she was last seen, the sheriff's office said. Walton was assessed by medical personnel immediately and taken to a hospital for further evaluation. Authorities didn't give additional details about her condition or say why she was in the woods in the first place. This has been incredibly challenging, but we are thrilled to be able to provide the family the best possible outcome, Sheriff Tony Epps said in a statement. I have spoken with the family, and they have relayed their appreciation to everyone involved in the search for their loved one. Rita Allen, a friend, told CBS Richmond, Virginia affiliate WTVR, at first I didn't know what to think. I was thinking of the worst, but when they said she was okay, I was so thankful. So thankful. Deidre Knight, um, Walton's niece, told the station. Walton's family said she suffers from the early stages of dementia. We just broke down and cried, all of us. We didn't know what to think. We thought somebody had kidnapped her or whatever. We didn't know what had happened, said Sandra Knight, Walton's sister. Gone from her home for more than a week in extreme heat and stormy weather, her family said she was sitting on a stump and singing Amazing Grace when she was discovered, which is a pretty cool all in all story. I just liked it. It's kind of like a win.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. So you're leaving town.
Yep.
I would say that we're going to do a show next week, but maybe we'll be in New England.
Maybe we might be in New England.
We might be in New England.
But that means that next show there might be a little clip to start the show.
Do you know how many wishes I can get out there?
That's a fair point.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to have a list where you're just like, I'm trying to think of what.
You got like a scroll as the meteors are coming
I
down.
wish for money. I want to marry Bill Gates' daughter. I want the Batmobile. I need a vacuum. You know? I want to be rich.
It's got all these things.
I want Elon Musk to friend me.
As the meteors
SpaceX.
As the meteors are coming down, you just open the scroll. Here are my demands.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We went a little bit long, but we look forward to see you possibly next week or the week after. If you have any news articles or something that you would like to send in, you can join us on Discord and shoot us a message there. We're always looking forward to. We actually read the articles that you send in.
We do.
So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
Have a good one, guys.
All right.